So, one thing I always see in football comic sections is the fact that the Chiefs own the Denver Broncos, right? And if you go through the last little bit of history, every single year the Broncos lose to the Chiefs. Well, that all changed last year. That's right. Last year, the Chiefs lost to the Broncos. Yeah. Shout out to the Broncos. They beat like a 15... was it like a 15... No, what's this year? It was, what, it says 2015 was the last time that they actually beat them? I believe it was 2015. 9 years. Yeah, 9 years it took for them to beat the Chiefs. That is sad. Anyway, though, point of this video is every single game is going to be taking place in Mile High. That's right. Chiefs, you gotta play in Broncos Stadium every single game of the year. So there is no home field advantage. There is no if and buts. Now, you could make the argument, well, we own the Broncos. Well, we'll see how that helps you. Or doesn't help you. Because every single game, you have to be with the Broncos. And they actually win the first game, so I guess that worked out pretty well. But I'm not going to go into every single game here like this. We will see it at the main screen when we go ahead and advance it. So, for example, this first game right here, you can see on your screen, it does say Empowered Field at Mile High. So, let's just skip forward to the second week. And this is going to become a broken record, but it does say Empowered Field. Alright, so advancing week 2 now, let's go ahead and see who wins between the Bengals and the Chiefs. Not sure, and they win again. Okay, well, maybe low-key, I gotta turn off injuries, though. I kind of forgot about this part. Let me turn off injuries to make this as realistic as possible, because Madden and injuries is just absolutely broken. It never works out too well. But we do have week 3 here, and as my broken record continues, it is at Empowered Field at Mile High. So, oh man, making every game at Mile High is just gorgeous, bro. And yeah, even the Chargers games. So if you're a Chiefs fan, you're a season ticket holder, guess what? You're gonna be playing in Denver every single game. Broken record. Alright. So let's see who in week 7, the 49ers game. We have 5-0 Chiefs versus 6-0 San Francisco 49ers. It's funny though, because what team is that? The Broncos are actually 4-2 currently. So kind of funny how they're 4-2 at this moment in time. But here we go. Our week 7 game. Denver's on the road, and they're actually in New Orleans. And so that means that the Chiefs get to play in their home stadium, the Mile High. This is such a random video, by the way. It just randomly popped in my head. I was watching That Good Sports with Brandon Perna, and it just randomly something popped in my head about him like getting so excited for beating the Chiefs. And I'm like, you know what? What would happen if the Chiefs just had to play in Mile High every single game of the season? And that's how this video idea stems. Most of my videos ideas stem from random, just me watching something and I'm like, you know, that'd be an interesting concept or interesting idea. And then I just run with it. And right now the Chiefs are currently 7-0 in this actually, well, 6-0? Okay, I thought they were 7-0. They're the early bye. They're 7-0 if they beat the Raiders. They are 7-0. This is the best I have ever seen the Chiefs do in any of my franchises. And I guess it's because they're playing in Mile High every single stadium, every single game. Yup, they beat the Broncos in Mile High. I mean, this is insane so far. Holy crap. All right. Shout out to the Chiefs Apparently, they play better in Mile High than they do in their own stadium. Because I've done so many franchises recently, and they get their first loss to the Buffalo Bills. That sucks. I was kind of hoping for an undefeated season. And they lose to the Panthers. Okay, so now they're going on a losing streak, it looks like. They beat the Raiders. Now they play the Chargers. And they beat the Chargers. Okay, so now they're kind of back up. They went on a little bit of losing streak. Back-to-back games there. It might be that maybe the elements change or something. You know, it didn't help them a little bit. So they lose to the Texans. And now they play the Steelers in Week 17. And they lose 26-0 to the Steelers. And they finish off the season in Denver. Like every other game wasn't in Denver. All right, so they went 13-4. Still the best I've seen them go in any of my franchises. Usually Madden doesn't really think they're that great when it comes to most franchises. I don't know why. I think it's just because of the roster. Because Madden doesn't really take in consideration how good Patrick Mahomes is. It kind of just goes off the roster. And their roster is good, but it definitely has some holes in it. With that being said, though, pretty good season in Mile High. It's fun to say that, man. Did not win the MVP award. Caleb Williams won the MVP award. Because so far, for some reason, every franchise I do, Caleb Williams is the best quarterback possible. So I'm not sure for the playoffs. I don't think it's going to be in Mile High. It is still in Mile High in the playoffs. I love this game so much. All right, so I didn't know if it was going to be in the playoffs in Mile High, in Mile High in the playoffs. I guess it is. And they lose to the Texans in the first round. In the divisional round, not the wild card round. So now we have Ravens versus Bears. Apparently, the former MVP versus the now MVP. Nice. And let's just see how this works. The Bears win. And Caleb Williams is not the Super Bowl MVP, but he did win his first Super Bowl. He is Rookie of the Year, like every single freaking franchise. And Tremaine Edmonds is the Super Bowl MVP. And by the way, in case you're wondering, yes, the Super Bowl was taking place. It did take place in Mile High. I love it. I love this. Alright guys, if you want to see me do this with another team, just tell me down below which team I should do it with. And I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.